Hey, this is Tim with Family First Triathlete. I'm glad you are striving to improve as a triathlete, and I'm here to help you get a little closer to your goals.
Hey Julie, here's a few things that you can be working on in your stroke. The first thing I want you to focus on is actually your kick. Now I know that as triathletes, we don't need to focus on our kick because it doesn't provide us any propulsion, etc., etc. But a poor kick can be quite a hindrance in our stroke. And a poor kick can add a lot of drag in our stroke and a lot of lateral movement if we're not well balanced. With your kick, it appears that you're kicking from your knees a little too much. Right here, if you watch your kick, how your knee bends and everything kind of derives from your knee to snap the leg down. Ideally, we would not have this knee bend. We would have more of a straight leg kick that comes from the hips. Also, when you take a breath, your legs separate a little too much. And I think this is a balance issue, that as you roll to your side for the breath, that your legs flare out a little too much for balance. I suggest doing some swimming with some short fins on and over-exaggerating how narrow and straight you can keep your legs as you swim. Okay, the next thing I'd like you to look at is your recovery and your hand entry. Your recovery comes around the side with a sharp angle at your elbow. This sharp angle results in a hand entry that is just above your head, and your forearm is providing quite a bit of resistance on the water as your hand enters. Ideally, you want your arm to swing over the top and your hand to enter above your shoulder and well out in front of your head. One way that you can think about this is imagine that there are train tracks that run from your hips through your shoulders down the length of the swimming pool, and your hands need to stay on those train tracks. As you recover and pull, they should stay on those train tracks. They shouldn't cross over to the other train tracks. The last thing I want to point out has to do with your pull. On your pull, you lead with your elbow. You can see your arm is at full extension here and it's about ready to pull, and the first thing that moves is your elbow starts to go backwards. This means that you're engaging your lat muscles, which are the biggest muscles in the pull. You're engaging them too soon. Ideally, what we would want is for your hand and forearm to drop down and catch up with your elbow so that you can maximize surface area and then engage those big lat muscles.
Here, you're bending your knees. Don't do that.
What's he doing?
Bending his knees.
Oh,
Trying
don't bend
to
your
see
knees.
who can just do them straight.